finally, I'm gonna be done for there are pillagers there. I'm gonna be done with Lemon Ultimate for a little bit. This is gonna be kind of just a yap video in general. Oh yeah, I did that with the doors. I forgot about that. It's been a while since I played this world. But yeah, this is going to be a yap video. Nothing of importance here other than how I'm going to start this, which is a bit of a channel update. I probably will not post much in the near future. Not entirely out of choice, more of I am going to college and I just probably will not have enough time to post. I will likely get out the Steam Frame video if it ever releases, which is starting to really look like an if at this point, just to get that out of the way. Outside of it, I will not be posting much. But basically, I'm an idiot. Basically, I'm going to be trying to work on that little downstairs area, like a way down to the store without having to like walk down every time. Like, I don't have to use this. But yeah, regarding Valve's Steam Frame, while as much as I do love Valve, I think it is only fair to say they have completely fucked this up. Like, they, back in March when they did their community post on the Steam hardware, they promised to keep us updated, and despite that, we have not had an update in quite a while, especially regarding the Steam Frame, while the rest of the hardware is out. If you even look at like the Steam Frame Reddit, you will see that it has become a huge issue. It has caused hype to dwindle. People are starting to lose faith in the technology and starting to just wait for Meta's next console. Because we know it's going to be expensive, and like, it's taking forever to release. I will be getting it. So it's gonna be likely less of a review and more of a just like I'm playing a bunch of different games and seeing how they work with the Steam Frame. For reference, I have only used a Quest 2 for VR. I am not good at comparing headsets, as the only one I have came from 2020, so. Something else, it's been in my algorithm a lot lately. I've seen videos of like, oh, did you know that ARGs are faked? And it's like, yeah, no shit. Like, that's kind of what an ARG is, right? It's just an augmented reality game. It's literally in the name that it's not a real thing. But back on the Valve topic, like, you can definitely tell they want to announce it. It's weird. Like, back in March, they also said they would have loved to even have it released by now. But if you actually look at Valve's latest updates, you would see that there have been a lot of things between Steam Machine, Steam Frame, and Steam Controller. And it's like, how on earth were they expecting that to come out in March? Like, genuinely. Unless they've just been sitting on their ass, twiddling their thumbs, I do not see how that was intended to release in early 2026 at all. I'd also like to talk about some of the things that I haven't done with YouTube. That was dumb. Like, at one point I was planning on releasing a video for Peak, because that was... I'm gonna stop. Because that was popular at one point. I then procrastinated on it for a long time, to the point where Peak wasn't even in its feign anymore. And then, Clipchamp proceeded to delete my footage, which is why I now use DaVinci. Also, weird thing, whenever I was making my first LMU video, it got, region blocked, which makes sense. I had a video that was apparently a no-no with the Russians. But the weird thing is, I don't have a Russian audience at all. The weirder thing is that I got no views from that video, like, at all, within, like, 2 weeks. And then I changed the audio so that region block content wasn't there, just like a maybe. And then it proceeded to get a couple views. Nothing major, but definitely not as... That video definitely did not do as well as I hoped. Also, the Having Time video that I was planning on doing after Kerbal Space Program, I even mentioned in the Kerbal Space Program video. Yeah, I love the footage for that. I'm gonna be completely honest, I had it recorded and everything before that video even came out. I deleted the footage to save space on my drive. That's completely my bad, but yeah, that video is probably never coming out. There's also a plan for a second repo video. But again, I procrastinated too long, and it just never came to be. In terms of other procrastination videos, we have this one, so I guess. I could have done a part 2 to that series anytime I wanted, and I just didn't. And that's why this is the part 2 to my Forever World series. But yeah, I think, as I said before, this is not my first attempt at a Forever World. Like in the last video, I think I said that. But yeah, I had another world, and I had an okay-ish spot. Like, it was nothing to write home about. But I'd also like to touch on AI a little bit. I know it's a horse that has been beaten through the ground and has ended up on the other side of the planet. But honestly, how the hell are these companies still using AI? It isn't at all profitable. And it is just a PR nightmare, I'm sure. It is nice that we're actually fighting back and somewhat winning. But I just don't know how they still exist. Like, data centers are never going to go away. The data centers are not going to pop out of existence. I'm not even hoping for AI as a whole to go away. There are some genuinely nice things about AI. But in how it's managed and used at the moment, I despise it. And I don't even think that's a bad take. By the way, I do think it's worth mentioning that I've only really fought the Ender Dragon, like, once, maybe twice. Like, I think the last time I did was, I want to say, Village and Pillage update. I kind of hope to do that in this playthrough before abandoning this in its entirety. Yeah, the idea is to eventually have, Soul Sand and, Magma blocks in here. When the, Cyberpunk Fest for Steam started, I did notice, like, a little thing in the trailer for it where they said, specifically, today, is yesterday's tomorrow. Which, I feel like is kind of a little bit of a note for, like, if you actually, go through, like, the Steam Frame subreddit, you will notice that that's kind of a chant for that, community. Which I think is hilarious, because that's kind of what everyone was expecting, because it was a Monday. When I went to comment that, I saw in the comments, there was genuinely some disgusting stuff about Valve. Like, I keep seeing this Valve is a monopoly thing, and it just makes me realize no one knows what a monopoly actually is. Valve is not. There is plenty of competition. You have Epic Games, Xbox, literally consoles in and of themselves are a competition to Valve. Ubisoft's launcher, Epic Games, like I said, GOG, EA launcher, if you want to go there. I really only use it for different games. The Valve is by no stretch of monopoly. That's just not what a monopoly is. Just because they have power in the market does not mean they're a monopoly. It just means they have a lot of power in the market. By that logic, and actually by pretty much every definition, Google is more of a monopoly than Valve. But Valve gets slandered. They probably have a different reason other than they're just goated. But yeah. But the thing is, you do see that phrase from Valve haters and fans alike, and it is just not at all true. Like, the only way Valve would be a monopoly, and I'm not saying they haven't used a monopolistic tactic, I've heard of the whole, they make you charge more because they make you have the same price on different sites, but I don't think that one thing is enough to say that. Probably get bamboo, so I'm gonna go look for that. No, I kind of wish my mom's videos did better, because those really were very fun to make, and the inspiration for them, I don't know if it's clear, is Eye Contrast's Dirty Drivers series, which I remember watching. I don't want to say growing up, I want to say, like, 2020s. Wow, there's a jungle right here. Nah, wow, I did not know that. Yeah, I know this spawn was a snow spawn, which tends to be pretty terrible. So far, I'm seeing a lot of biome diversity. What is that striking? What the fuck? I got fucking circle strafed by a skeleton. That's messed up. No fucking way. Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, I will definitely take note. That's pretty well known in the news, and I am not Jay the Slop Frog. I am not a news source, but I have heard. A little birdie told me, definitely not Jay the Slop Frog that I just mentioned earlier. Nope, definitely read this myself. Xbox has been getting rid of some management and has likely redirected a lot of funding back into Mojang due to the fact that Mojang is very unfunded. And that is very, very good to hear. And hopefully we will get some good updates that aren't completely disconnected, like in recent times. Because, like, every single update has just been like, oh, here's this cool thing that you'll interact with once and then never again. And while it's appealing at first, it's very bad for long-term enjoyment. Like, there's no reason to go to the Pale Forest, and also the creaking just never spawns anyway. So, what's even the point of the biome, other than a nice and white wood palette? Even with the new wooded area, or like the autumn-looking area that was semi-recently announced, I just have to wonder, how is it going to connect to everything? I guess the new camps are very good to see, but I don't know, I'm kind of hoping it's more than that. Like, the camps definitely connect to the greater world of Minecraft, but let's be real, it's not by much. There was the trial chambers, which was very cool, and did add quite a bit, and had connecting features. And then you have things like baby mobs, which they're cute. I don't even know what all was in that update. It kind of just looks like they added baby mobs and called it a day. No, something that they probably need to patch up is things like jungle wood, which has needed to be context, jungle trees have not dropped all of their as many saplings as they should, so it's really hard to have a renewable source of jungle. Now, it's not often that you've run out, but I have run out of jungle saplings before. It is not very enjoyable. By the way, I'm not a builder. This is my first attempt at building something other than just a rectangular modular house. I actually remember when the Pale Garden biome was first leaked because their site messed up or something. I forget exactly how it went. I think it was like their site posted the live recap before the live actually came out. But it was weird. It was like a week before. I don't remember exactly. But I remember hearing like seeing what it said, and it was like, oh, it's like completely a forest that has a bunch of pale trees, and I just immediately thought of the opening of the Violent Slayer of Ultrakill. As for why the jungle trees not giving enough leaves is actually an issue, it wouldn't be much of a problem if other trees didn't give like so many leaves. It's most noticeable in like cherry trees, which have a lot of leaves per tree. So you can get like a stack of saplings from their trees. But jungle trees either spawn like oak trees, or they just don't have any leaves in general because of how they generate. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Oh, kind of run out of things to talk about. And it's not like anyone's gonna see this. This has definitely been a bad case of yapping. But, yeah, I think that's it.